Warning: the show you are about to see has been put together by the world's safest DJ. You will laugh, maybe learn something. He will definitely say something stupid, but you are never ever in any danger.
How we doing? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the DJ Shit Show. If you are here, we're going to get right to it because I'm going to try to stay on topic today. Good luck with that. Are you gigging out there? Let me know. If you guys got some gigs, we're about, what is it, February 11th, 2026. Almost a month and a half into the new year. And I've done one wedding and I did a daddy-daughter dance last Friday. We'll talk about that. I'm going to give you some tips on that. And then I'll also upload my latest playlist. But yeah, I got another wedding this Saturday, and I'm doing an older couple, and there's some challenges to that. I think, right? I think we know that I feel like me as the wedding DJ, I'm like totally dialed in to the 20 to 30 year olds. I know what the music they like. I know what they want to do. And then sometimes it feels a little bit like a curveball when you do people. So basically, I'm doing the parents of a couple that I did last year, and they had such a good time that they're like, "We want you to come do our, DJ our wedding." So, which is kind of cool. You get to see people that you saw before, and you guys want to chat or talk or whatever. Like, nobody's in the comments chat talking yet. You guys all quiet. All the shy people are here as of right now. All the shy guys are here. There we go. Mikey Mike, breaking the ice. What's up, bro? Thanks for saying hi. Look, if you guys don't talk to me, this is gonna be a really fucking short show. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, we'll get into that. And then I want to talk to you about, I actually did a full gig with the Rane System One. I want to talk about how I converted my library over, what I liked about it, the problems with it. And then, of course, there will be a standalone video that's gonna be coming out hopefully next week. Shout out to Sweetwater too, by the way, for making that happen. They've been pretty cool. So doing stuff with them, doing stuff with the Guitar Center. I just chatted with RCF. I think I was getting ready to jump on a call with them last week, right before I got off, and basically that call went, "Hey, they're really really excited about the J11," and so I'll get my hands on a pair of those, and we'll chat. We'll chat about those. Talk about that three-way system that everybody wants now. Everybody wants that three-way. It just became a thing. It wasn't a thing. Now it's a thing. Everyone's a three-way. There we go. All right. If I use DJ Pro, can I still use engine lighting? If I use DJ Pro, yes. I don't think those things are a problem. Engine lighting is more using, from what I know, sound switch, or like you can use those Philips lights. So that's kind of what's going on with that. And man, I'd really love to figure out how if I could hook my Ape Labs to it. Let me tell you something. We'll talk about it. Let's go right into it. And then as you guys jump in here, I'll say hello to some people. How we doing? Good to see you guys. Yeah. What's up? Hi from that Big Easy. Oh, right. Nice. Is it Mardi Gras down right now? Is it what did I just say? Is it Mardi Gras? Yeah. Um, let's talk about the Rain System One. There's a lot of hype. A lot of hype on this thing. And if you're looking to me like, Aaron, what do you think? Should I buy it? Here's the deal. I think that if you got stuff that's working right now and you haven't upgraded anything in a while and you're interested in starting the standalone journey, this is the one. I would say over the Prime 4, over the other standalones that are out there, the build quality is just insane. And it's really fun. Like out of the box, it was ready to rock. I had I've used Engine before, so I had an SD card ready. I just popped it in and turned it on, connected to the Wi-Fi, and it's just ready to roll. You're ready to DJ, and it's definitely fun to DJ on. And not having a laptop definitely feels like and for me, it would mean that I had to leave virtual DJ, and I'm not ready to do that. So here's the thing. How we doing, guys? What's up? What's up? Yep. Um, getting ready for a hotel employee party. Oh, nice. So you're still you're working today. Perfect. Still need to come pick up those Mac. Yeah, just let me know, bro. I will sell those to you. Okay. Let's talk about that. But first, let me show you this this meme I found that kind of cracked me up. And let's talk about this for 1 second. Where is it? It's not that. Where is it? I just made it. Is it this? There it is. Shout out to Justin who posted this. When a 50-year-old vinyl DJ sees another DJ, and why are you guys like this? Why are people like this? This is real. This is real. I posted a short using the Rane System One, and somebody commented, "Been doing that on vinyl for 35 years." What are you talking about? What part? What part were you doing on vinyl 35 years ago that I'm doing with a motorized computer-based control? What part? My favorite is the caps lock. Is there anything more boomer or older, than the caps lock? Let me tell you something, motherfucker. You think everything about that cracks me up. And then I wonder, here's the thing, why I'm not putting myself on a high horse. Do you know why? Because however DJing is 10, 15 years from now, and I'm sure there's going to be a massive change between then. I don't know how we're going to adapt. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I can guarantee it will not look like what it is today. We're going to be the ones, I'll be on the stream, these goddamn kids and their robots. I used to carry my own speakers. I used to stream songs off the internet. The only thing I could see happening is it is very interestingly, it goes backwards. What are your thoughts on that? It goes back to CDs. The purest. We literally go back to crates. Hauling in records. I could see that being a thing. Where the new niche or the new, sort of, I don't know. Weird thing about it is I'm the DJ that uses records. This cracks me up. Any of you guys like this in the chat, just relax, all right? Relax. Let people have fun. Let people have fun. Okay. So, the Rane System One. Here's how it went. Going from my library virtual DJ to Engine is a little bit of a, you got to work it. It's not as easy as moving Serato over, because Serato is sort of built in. If you have everything in Apple, that's built in. So it's easy to import those libraries. I had to use Lexicon. Now, Lexicon is great now because the free version will allow you to freely swap libraries around. So you don't have a subscription. If I just want to import my entire library from Virtual DJ into Engine, or from Rekordbox, or from DJ Pro, that's free. You can do that. Where you need to pay for it is if you want it to do like individual playlists. And I will say that it was pretty smooth. I cleared out my old library in Engine and I just sort of redid it. I redid my Virtual DJ library and just kind of moved it over. So that was pretty smooth. However, if you saw my Instagram stories, I had a problem. I always get a problem, right? Is it just me? I feel like sometimes it's just me. Every time I pull something out of the box and I have a problem. There's some sort of issue with it. I don't know. Is my mic delayed at all? It looks like it's delayed in when I'm looking at my but I didn't change anything. Is it all right? Yeah. It looks like my mouth and my words are coming out at the same time? Yeah. Okay. It looked a little off. There's a DJ out of Proya that's his big selling point. Plays lots. Yeah. I think it'll just be like their thing, like the DJ that will DJ and then play a clarinet or something. It's like I'll play clarinet at your wedding. You gotta find something. I think the record thing will definitely be the thing. I got tapes. Bring your tapes. I can't mix, and it's gonna take about 30 seconds in between songs. Is anybody out there DJing? How did you DJ with tapes? Oh my God. Shut up! I don't need your opinion on this. Do you want me to watch or not? That's 100% work. That's 100% correct. But this wasn't the thing. I don't think it was my fault, because what happened was when I imported my library, I was noticing that my loops were off. Like I was looping and it was like a half beat or a beat extended. and then it would loop back. So it was off and it was driving me nuts, but not for every song, but just for a couple. And I uploaded that on Instagram and somebody noticed like, hey, the BPM on the song you're playing is not the actual BPM of the song. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And they were right. It was dropping the actual metadata of the BPM down like 5. So, for example, it was the spins was the song I was noticing. And that song is like, or at least the version I have is like 128 or 126 or something. But the one that was in the software was reading 120. So then I had to physically go in there and change it to back up to 128, and then it refixed it. I'm not sure if that was a lexicon thing or what. Has that ever happened to you? Alex, thanks for being here. Has that ever happened to you? Where you've transported library and it changed. Now all the cue points remained the same, which was good. But I had about 10, 15 songs that when I looked at them, the BPMs were off. It's really weird. So that was the main issue. Everything else was fine. But I will tell you my biggest gripe right now with Engine. And it's the gripe that I also have with DJ algorithm. They both do this one thing that drives me nuts. Okay? Serato doesn't do this, and neither does Virtual. Here's what it is. Chronological cue points. Why? Why won't those softwares do that? If you use either of those two, please explain why won't they do that? Here's what I mean. You pull up a track, and this happens to me, where I'll have cue points set, and I usually have them on. If I have intro and outros, it'll be beat 1, and then 8 beats, and then right at the start, and then maybe one at the chorus. That way, I can sort of decide how I want to mix it, right? So if it's 8 in, then I just need 2 bars that will get me into the next song. Sometimes I'll play the intro and I'll slam it right into the chorus. So I like to have that. But let's say I have those cue points set, okay? So I have 1, 8, start of the verse, and the chorus. Well, maybe I want to add one that is in the middle of those. So I'm playing it instead of at the chorus, it's like at the tag right before the chorus. So I want to add a cue point, and I hit my cue point button, and instead of it putting it in the order like chronological of the song, it just adds it on. That drives me nuts. I want it I want it in the order. Why won't it do that? Why won't it do that? DJ algorithm does the same thing. When I'm doing ceremony, when I'm setting up cue points, if I have a different spot I want to add, I got to delete the old one and then put the new one in. Why does it do that? And I looked it up. There's no way to fix that. Lexicon likes to round all BPMs down. It's like a 125.6. So, right. But this one was like dropping it all the way down. Like this one was taking it from 125 and went all the way to 120. It did that to the spins. It did it to a Katy Perry song. It did it to a Lady Gaga song. Everything was kind of like in the upper BPMs. If it was in the 125 range, it dropped it like 5 full things down to 120. It was really weird. Very, very weird. You haven't had that problem, but I've only transferred from Serato to Engine. Also, make sure not to reanalyze your library, as it might maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But I had to go through like all my songs because it was really frustrating because it goofed it up like that. My loops were off. So I had to go through my whole list of what I was going to play and make sure every song was right. That was a little bit irritating. So I'm not sure whose problem that was. As of right now, I don't think you can, bro. I don't think you can move them around. Unless they just change that. This is the thing that drives me crazy about both of these softwares. And I remember I felt that way when I was an Engine user before, So aside from that, let's talk about this. That was my thing. The converting the library was an issue. Chronological cue points. Other than that, nothing. It was really, really fun. It was really fun to DJ. It was my first time with moving platters. And I got to tell you, like, seeing those things spin around made me feel like a real DJ. It was cool. Now, here's the other issue. With the moving platters, nudging is a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, thanks for hitting that like button if you guys are here. We got almost 50 people, 15 likes if you're here and you're having a good time. You're eating your lunch. You're enjoying the rant. Hit the goddamn like button. Where's my thing? Let's go. Smash it. Let's go. Get me to 25. You freeloading sons of bitches? What was I just talking about? What I liked? The moving platters. Oh, nudging. So nudging is a thing I was like, oh, I got to relearn how to do that. on the thing. So I don't know how you guys nudge with moving platters. You just you gotta ease it. But going back it was the hard part for me. So that was a challenge. Now there's a way on the Rane One to turn off the platter so they don't spin. But then like, what's the point? Why would you buy this thing? The whole thing is for it to do that. The other good news is that it does fit in my Danny Max booth. It fits in there. I mean, I have the L plus, so it fits in there, not a problem. Now I'm really debating about taking it to my wedding on Saturday. It would only be just to play with it, right? Because it's a new toy. That's the main thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on that. But I am gonna take it down to a place called, I think they're called Style Flip, and they're gonna put a white skin on it for me, which is cool. And then that'll be available. I know some of you guys mentioned 12-inch skins. We'll do a white, and they have a white available. Nothing against those guys, but I've ordered from them before, and it like the stickiness isn't as good as this other place. I can't remember what that other place is called. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what it is. But yeah, they'll have it available. And once they do, and my video comes out, I'll link it out to white skin and the whole thing. Effects are fun on it. It was really easy. And now, okay, so now the mic. Now the mic. You can also nudge by turning off. You can also nudge by turning off vinyl mode. Oh, okay. So turn off vinyl mode on the ring. I'm gonna try that. That's cool. I'm gonna try that out. Thanks, bro. Yeah, that helps me out. Okay, the mic. The mic on the Rane One. That was a big deal. One thing I've noticed after playing around with this thing is it's all, I mean, you don't need a mixer. You don't need a mixer. It has a 10-band EQ built into it for the master out, which is crazy. So you can dial in the sound if you want straight from the Rane. It records right from there as well. And which I used when I made my reel. And then the mic sounded good. It did. Now the mics in the past on my Prime 2 and on the Prime Go, I don't think sounded very good. But this sounded great. Controls were in the front. It has anti-feedback built in. I turned it on. It was nice and loud. It went to the back of the room. I'm telling you, I think if you want to DJ, you could bring this thing, put it on a table, plug into your speakers, plug a microphone in. You're done. For easier, shorter events, like when I'm just doing a reception only, and I have a smaller event, it doesn't even need to be small. Like a shorter one. I'm doing a travel gig. I'm doing a couple. I just booked one in North Dakota. I'm doing one in Nebraska. I'm just gonna take this. I don't know. Are you guys reserved on the all-in-one? What's your reservations on the all-in-one? That's what I'm curious. I know that it's been around for over 5 years. Not everyone's adapted. I know. I think the concerns that you have are the same ones I have. If this thing crashes, what do I do? However, on the flip side, computers do that as well. Computers crash all the time. And I will say that ever since having the Prime 2 and the Prime Go, they never crashed on me. Never. The only thing that's ever crashed on me was my Rev 5. That's the only thing. So it's interesting. Did anybody get one of these things too? Anyone get one of these? You could let me know. Okay. That's kind of it. That was it. That was my first time. Yeah, I did. I recorded my whole set at that dance on Friday. And it sounded good. It was a little low. The volume was low. So I need to double check what happened with that. But it came in real clean. My mic came in real clean. So yeah, it was easy. There's a record button on the top of it, so you don't even have to navigate through the menu. It said record. I hit that button. It showed up on the screen, and I just hit start, and then went right back to my screen, and then it recorded the whole set, no problem. And yeah, the only thing I noticed was it was just quiet. So I don't know if my master wasn't real. My master wasn't turned all the way up, and I wonder if that was it. I don't know. I'll have to check a little bit further, but otherwise, it sounded great. It sounded great. Okay. Let's see. You can drag and drop cue points, so you can do that now on the iPad. Can you do that on the iPad? I'll have to. Can you do that on the iPad? Let's find out. I got it right here, unless my iPad's dead. It is dead. We'll let this charge up for a second, and then I'll pull that up and see if I can do that. And what I'm assuming I can do by that, what you're saying, is that I just touch and hold the cue button, and it's like, and then move it over. That's what I would hope I can do. It drives me crazy you can't do that on Engine. It drives me absolutely nuts. I will say I DJ for multiple sports at a D1 program, and having done hockey and b-ball with this thing, it's been nice. Yeah, dude, you have to. I've never done a sporting event, but I've listened to them, and you got to be just so ready for songs, right? I mean, you have to be, and that's the thing. I wonder if it's easier because you can just like swipe, 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 swipe. Because I know like there's a timeout. All right, bam, song, and then they drop the puck, and then you gotta like you gotta be out, or there's a timeout, or there's a call on the ice, and you gotta be really quick to that. So I would agree with you, like having something like this. And I will say this: the event I did, because I basically did a pre-made playlist. I knew like this is the list. I'm just gonna rip through it. I might make a few changes along the way. I might go sideways or whatever. Um, it was very easy to DJ because I just like played the song and then swiped the next one and I just went through. Speaking of that, I'll give you some tips on these daddy daughter dances. Or they're now called like pint sized prom or family dance, whatever. So that, it's for everybody. But I will say this, if you haven't done one yet and you're preparing for it, here's a couple of tips. Number one, be ready with your K-pop demon hunters. And it might be an obvious thing, but you better have them ready. I played Golden and Soda Pop, and all night long, I probably had 50 requests in a row. Bam, 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 bam for Golden. And you know, for me, I like to save it. When I know that everybody wants something, I like to save it. But kids have no patience. So, in turn, like I played Soda Pop early. I played that within the first half hour, and then like it was only a 2-hour dance, but I played that in the first half hour, and then like towards the end of the night, they're like, "You gonna play Soda Pop?" Like I already did, and then kids don't understand why you won't play it again. You know, I'm like, "Oh, I already played that," and they look at me like, "Uh huh, we'll play it again." No, and they walk off, crying in their dad's arms. He won't play Soda Pop. He's standing on his principles. Would I bend for that? Whatever. I think in that case, if it was like, if I had more than one demand for that song, I would have replayed it. Who gives a fuck? They're kids, whatever. It's not like that everyone's out there like, oh my God, he's playing songs and this guy ran out of music. That's not the case. Just make them happy, whatever. So be prepared for playing those. Be prepared for playing Taylor, especially the new stuff. Have Opalite ready. Have Fate of Ophelia ready to go. And then um, be ready for requests. Okay? Just be ready for it. And they all come in an onslaught. It's like when one goes up, it's sort of like lets the rest of them know. Now, you won't get any for your first half hour, 45 minutes because they're scared of you. And then once you get on the mic and you ease their tension and you play some, then they will nonstop. Here's the song that came at me that I was not ready for. I didn't have it. But I highly suggest you have it. Lush Life. Be ready for that one. Guys, I'm telling you, like, songs 2015, 2016 are hitting so hard right now. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm not. But man, my daughter is 15. She showed me that they were in a bus driving home from a band competition. And every song that they were singing, they had a little Bluetooth speaker in the back, and they're all singing the songs. It was all that era. It was all that era. That might be the golden era. So be ready for that. It's pretty appealing to not need a computer. How do you handle requests? Yeah, so requests, two ways. This is what I used to do when I had Engine, and this is what I would do. What I would do is I have Tidal also. So if there's Wi-Fi and you're good, then you can pull it up. If there's no Wi-Fi, that's even better because then you can look at them and be like, you know what? I don't have it. There's no way for me to get it. Hopefully they'll walk away. Although they still look at you like, why don't you have my favorite song? Because no one's ever requested that before. I've never heard of it. That's why. So the way they look at you like, are you even a DJ? Yes. And then I would type it up. If it pulls up in my library or if it pulls up in Tidal, then you swipe to the left and you drop that in your prepare. Just drop it in the prepare crate and then you figure out what you want to do with that later. That's kind of like what I would do with that. Yeah, dude, I know that. You were saying that you used to go for the last 4 years. That's awesome. Those things are so cool. Why are you refraining from taking part in exercise? All right. All right. I will answer that because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care. I use cheap stuff. I use expensive stuff. For me, it all comes down to, does it work? Right? Does it work? Cheap stuff can work. I have a theory. Okay, here's my theory about Exciton. I've been chatting with them. I'm in a group thread on WhatsApp with them, so I see what's up. Okay, and I don't know the history of them. I don't know the history of them, but I have a guess. Okay, and tell me if I'm crazy. Here's my guess. A lot of the components that are in the higher end speakers that we buy come from China. We all know this. It says it on it. Go in your garage and get your speaker out and look at it. They'll say made in China. Okay. So it came from there. My theory is this. My theory is that these guys were making these things, right? Selling them to the bigger companies. They were putting them together and they're selling them for retail. My theory is that they were like, well, whoa. We're making all this shit. Let's make our own. All right. That's just kind of part of it. I think the price is crazy, though. To charge that cheap, and that is really cheap for a 15-inch column, is crazy. So, anyways, but whether you guys buy them or not, I don't care. I don't care. It's just whether or not you want to take the risk. So, here's the thing. I will say this. Full transparency. I have nothing against it. I have not gigged with them yet. I'm completely honest. I have not taken it out. I was contemplating taking it out on Friday because I was like, well, this is a perfect chance to take this out and test it out at a real gig. But the truth is, the reality is, at the end of the day, with the EV70s parked in the garage, I didn't want to take them. I was like, I'm taking this because I have it, okay? If you don't have the EV70s, then I understand why you want to take these out. I think that we will know over the summer. We'll have our answer, okay? I love my Phoenix mics. My Phoenix mics work great. I've used them for a year and a half. When I got them, I locked them into my booth. They have not been a problem. They came from there. They're from over there. All right, those are budget mics. They're less expensive than my Shure and Sennheisers, but I got a dual rack 2 microphone. It works great. It locks in my. I've not had a problem with them. So that's the truth. So I don't have a problem with inexpensive gear. But there's always the issue that you run into, that it's not going to work, that it's going to break. Then what? Well, that's just part of it. I've ordered stuff from Temu or Temu. How the fuck do you say that? How do you say Temu? Honey? Huh? Oh, Temu. They didn't run any Super Bowl ads this year, so I don't know. That's how we all found out. What was it, 2 years ago? They ran all this Temu, and everyone's like, oh, that's how you say it. I've ordered shit from them. I've bought stuff off TikTok. I have the coolest, most badass Nerf gun that you've ever seen in your life. I'm gonna show you this thing. Hang on. Okay. Check this shit out. So, bought this off the TikTok store. I got one for me and my son. Look at this thing. It's like the line from Step Brothers, you know. Imagine if we had this thing when we were kids. Even better. Imagine if we had this stuff when we're 40. That's how I feel with this Nerf gun. Okay, first of all, Ray does the Jurassic Park pullback clip. Holy fuck. It's got the scope. Am I gonna get flagged for this? Hopefully not. Okay. And then you load up. It gave me like 300 Nerf. I'm not gonna talk about this long, but it's just so cool. 300. It's got a clip. Bam! You load in the clip. And it shoots like that. It came with a laser. It came with a light. We have an absolute blast with this thing. Okay. So I came from over there. I'm not a purist. My thing is, if it works, it works. I'll try it out. I'll test it out. I've done lots of products. I have something now. A recorder, like a little recorder that's gonna help me record my content. It'll go right. You've seen some of these videos out already. It goes right into my Insta 360. So I have that thing. It came from there, 25 bucks, whatever. I'll try it. I will try it. So after that, does it sound like I care or not? I know I said at the beginning I don't care. Do I care or not? I still think I don't care. I think we will see. Time will tell how this wedding season goes, and you guys are out there using them. Whatever. The 18 just came out. The 18's coming out. And then I saw in the chat, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not, but they're working on another one that's interesting. So they're out there. Whatever. Oh, there's the Exciton guy. Actually had to work. Actually had to work today. Your show. Okay. There's. You want to know about Excitons? Go this guy. He's got you covered. Him and Too Legit love those things. They love those things. Again, I don't have a problem with them. I think I'm catching up on comments here. In market all at once for club DJs sticking to a genre. So that's a good point, Alex. And that's what I was saying. Like I felt like if for what we do, where we're not ripping through a playlist, where it's feeling the vibe, I gotta quickly pull up a song. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as a laptop where I can like this. And now that I have AI built into virtual DJ, the most insane thing, and I've tried this, is I'll like remember the lyrics to a word or like or a song, and I'll be like, what is that song? And it'll pull it up. I mean, that's just so cool that I don't have to do it anymore. So it's true. I think open format is a little bit more challenged with the all-in-ones. All right. So hockey is insane. Every single whistle. So yes, I prep massive playlists, but just to be able to do what you said, swipe to prepare if moments are changing in game and no laptop. Yeah, I think that's it. And then you can have your. Here's the other thing. I didn't mention this. What I really love about it is it has these 3 buttons on the side that are you can favorite a playlist. So instead of having to go through and search, what I did at that event was I favorited the playlist I made, and then I also favorited my top 40, like the new top 40 list that I have. So that I can just go back and forth and pull those up real quick. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, there it is. Bam. Right. So I love that it does that. As the mobile DJ, though, and I was talking about harder to switch. That I feel like that was for us. Because what I would do is I would favorite their requests so I could pull those up instantly. Request, bam. Now, the nice thing about virtual DJ is I have them both pulled up at the same time, so I can always look through, see the BPMs, and slide those in. But if I needed to, I could access those. And then, of course, I have like a list of stuff that I typically play at weddings that I know that I can play right away. So I reference that all the time. I don't think so on the iPad. Got it. I've got a golden. I got a feeling. Yeah, I think I just saw that. I was looking for a new record pool, and the one I was looking at was X Mix. Tell me what you guys think. The only issue with that one was like $60, but they had a lot of remixes that I liked, and I found songs on there that I can't find on DMS. And let me ask you: have you guys ever played like a DJ Earworm song at a wedding? You know how he'll do like the mashup, like the 2016. Man, that shit's so cool. Have you ever tried that before? I was gonna download a few of those and try one of those. Just sort of like a melody that goes through. I never tried one of those at a wedding. Tell me if you guys have ever done that before. I wish Lady Gaga would drop that salsa version. Yeah, that was cool. Dude, were you sitting there going, please, Bruno, come on out? We knew it wasn't gonna happen, but oh my god, if he came out, that place would have went crazy. That would have been cool. Let's see. You see, I had my System One for a week so far. Just a couple things that can improve. Yeah, let me put those in the comments, bro. What you're thinking, what you want to see improve. I don't trust cheap stuff. I know. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm willing to give it a try. If they're gonna make it and put it out there, and you take a gamble, the things I won't gamble on that is stuff that could affect critical moments, which was why I was really nervous about you switching over to Phoenix mics for ceremonies, or not for ceremonies, but for weddings. I had to know that I wasn't going to have a problem with it. And I'll just tell you, I mean, I used that thing all year last year. And I told you the only time I ever had a problem was when I was in a tent. That was the only time that I saw those RF meters go up and down. That and when fucking idiots hold it like this, when they double fist me here, you know? What can you do? Nothing you can do about that. Been using Phoenix for 3 years. See, I know. Yeah, bro, it does. It does. Dude, the coolest thing. So I freak out my kids. They'll be getting ready for bed or whatever, and their lights will be out, and they'll just see that laser in the room. I actually got one point where I had it. My wife, Amy, and my son were in his room right here, and they were chatting, and I just put the laser like on his chest. And my wife saw it. She's like, "Uh oh!" And he looked on, and he just started screaming. "Dut, dut, 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 dut." But he's got one too. Oh man, it's fun as hell. Doesn't do the urine set. Okay. So I did reach out to them after the show last week. I reached out to them and said, but they didn't get back to me. Which is does anybody know these guys? I don't have to keep it. I wanna try it. This is just that thing looks so fun. If you weren't here last week, that froggy fog gun, we were looking at that. And I did reach out, say, hey, you guys want to do a collab? Maybe I'll call them. I'll give them a call. Sometimes they probably get annoyed with those. How does the mic sound? It irritates me on the Rane 1 Mark II, which I love. Sounded good. I'm not bullshit. That was the thing I was the most interested in, skeptical of. I'm with you. I would tell you, and I would tell you in a heartbeat if it sounded like shit. Mark, I don't know if you use the Go for mics, but for my Go, sounds terrible. You give that just a little bit of gain and you get feedback. And then when you push on and off, it clicks. And then if you pull the gain up while the mic is on, you hear static. Sounds like dog shit. So I don't know if they fixed that in the plus 2 or the new version, but I would never, ever, ever, ever use the mics on the Go Plus or the Go, and I never used them on my Prime 2. But on that, sounded good. I was, I'll tell you. I will tell you. Okay, it sounded good. I was impressed, and it was very loud. I was able to get, and I had my EV70 right next to me, so it was right next to me, a little bit behind, so it was my monitor. So I had it right there, and then I was holding the mic just like this, so it was like 3 feet away, if that. So I was impressed. I was impressed. Bro, last week we talked about Super Soaker. Yeah, I know. That gun was cool though, right? I'll link that. Speaking of CO2, you saw that both kind of made a gun like that too, and they reached out to me and asked me to if I wanted. You want me? Should I get that? Would you guys want me to take a look at their new CO2 gun? The only thing with that one, and the reason why I like the other gun is that you don't have to have it attached to a tank. I don't want to bring a fucking tank with me when I'm going to a wedding. Like, can I reel it? Can you imagine? It looks like helium. They're like, "Are you the balloon guy? Are you a clown?" Like, no, I'm the DJ. I'm using this to shoot CO2. So that's my only wish. I don't know. Can you attach one of those like um paintball canisters to it? Is that enough? That's not even this. Is that the same thing? Paintball uses CO2, right? If it was that, I would be more up for that. But then I got to go to a store and all this when I could just buy pea juice and I'm covered. God, I just think that would be absolutely hysterical, trolling the whole group, handing that over to the bride and spraying that thing out, and it smells like someone just took a shit on the floor. What was that? Oh, I put that manure one in there. Y'all didn't want it to smell like the barn? I gotta get my hands on that thing. I gotta get my hands on that thing. I gotta get my hands on it. Yeah. X Mix used to be great. Okay. Now I'm on the hunt for. I currently use Direct Music Service. You guys tell me what I'm looking for. A lot of times, some of the newer stuff doesn't come out on there. I don't know. I'm just looking for a fresh record pool. Something that I would use at weddings. I've already gigged with mine since before they blew up online, so they're almost 100 gigs in. What are you talking about? Oh, the Exitons, and I have a warehouse full of everything: RCF, YAM EV, got them as rentals. Wow, 100 gigs. Okay, look, guys, it is what it is. What it is. Are they working? Are they doing the job? Yes. You know, I'm sure that there will be people that hate them, but I don't know. Wow, do earworms? That's really his stuff is cool though. Stuff is cool. DJ Earworms end of 2025 mashup was pretty epic. Yeah, I don't. Why wouldn't I play? Why wouldn't you play that? I don't know why you wouldn't play that at a wedding. I might try it this weekend. I'm gonna try it and tell you. I'll report back. I don't need your permission. Fuck you guys. Got my first high school junior ROT. What is? I don't know what JROTC means. Ball in 4 years. Any ideas on prepping a place? Oh, bro. So I know I got one. I just booked something for middle school coming up, and I'm terrified. I took it because this is the slow season, and I took it because a lot of these events have low expectations. You know, they're just like, we want to DJ up the vibe, have fun, have them dance. But getting middle schoolers to dance is tough, especially in the gym with their teachers all around them. I mean, it's impossible. We got to drop the lights, and I got to get the principal out of here. You know, no one wants to dance in front of the principal. Um, you know, I don't know. I've been reading some lists about what you guys are playing. I mean, I would definitely they're appreciating some of the old stuff, but you got to quick mix. You got to be fast. That'd be my only advice. I think after you get through a verse and chorus, go to the next one. Just go to the next one. Otherwise, they'll turn on you. They'll look at you like, ugh, still. You know, you gotta fire those out. And what my plan would be is I'm gonna have a whole list ready to go. And I'm just gonna bam, bam, bam. I'm just gonna quick mix the shit out of it. And if they don't like that song, that's fine. It's only 40 seconds. What's crazy is we've been programmed to think more expensive means better quality. All of these companies get stuff made in China and sell it to us as a premium. You know, that's the thing. That's what I just said is that, you know, yeah, it's a lot of the parts they're already using are from there. So I think that they just said, instead of us giving them to you and you marking up and making $3,000, well, we got it all here. We're already making it. So they made their own. Time will tell, guys. Time will tell. Again, as I said, I don't have a super problem with cheap stuff as long as it works. But what I think the mindset needs to be not that. What I would say is change your mindset. Don't look for the cheapest thing. Put together what you want it to do, and then shop. And then if you see something inexpensive, go, okay, that's me. I'm always like, what's the least expensive? Okay. But what's the most? What's going on over on that side? What do they got? And then I'd love to do like a side by side and check out the features and read the reviews. A lot of times you're not going to be shocked by the reviews when they're like, it broke, it did this, it doesn't do that. Great. You go to the more expensive thing, my expectations are higher. I shouldn't have to deal with dropouts or whatever, right? So it's all that. It's just as frustrated as we are when I scroll through Facebook groups and like looking for a DJ that won't break the bank. Fucking hate that. I understand everyone has a budget. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're just seeking the cheapest thing, I don't know. You're not my people. I don't want to work for you. Oh, they do sound good on the go for you? Oh man, they just did not for me. Really? Okay. I have the original one. I have the one that like came out in 2020. Maybe that's it. And I even had them send me another one because when it came to me, I would hit the mic on button and it would go pop. And then if I turned up the gain, anything, you would just hear. And both the units they sent me did that, so I'd never use them again. A tent is where I had a problem with my Phoenix. Okay, so it's their kryptonite is the tent. Really, I don't have a problem with them. I get lots of good stuff over there. No problem. Junior reserve off. Okay, I thought that was like an army thing. Thanks. For safe DJs. Paying for the brand. Look, I don't disagree with that. All right. The comparison that I would say is we've been cruising lately. Looking at booking we're going in November. I want to go in March. And the first cruise we went on was a Disney cruise. And we went during New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. The four of us. What I paid for that cruise would probably make you guys think I was nuts. Go ahead and put some guesses in the chat. What you think I paid? Four of us to go on a 4-night cruise during New Year's on a Disney cruise. What do you think we paid? If you guess it, if someone guesses it, I will tell you. All right. So we did that. But then in my head, I was like, okay, we had a great experience. We absolutely loved it. But I wanted to try another cruise line because I'm like, what do they offer? So we did Royal in November, this past November. We had a better time. I had a better time and I paid way less. And the reason is, I think because you're paying for. I told my buddy this. Um, someone just guessed it. You got it. I'll go back up to that. Hang on, let me start so I don't lose it because somebody did guess it. I'm gonna start. Well done. Um, I told my buddy this because he won't come on a royal with me. Kevin, come on a royal with me, bro. He won't do it because I was like, bro, you're paying double for Mickey. You're paying double the price because Mickey's on board and they're painted all over the place. That's what you're paying for. So when you say the brand, that's true. A brand can earn a reputation, just like you, just like me. I feel like I'm a brand, and I don't charge $500 a DJ anymore because I have the experience and the reputation and the brand and the name behind higher quality. So that represents that. And I think that's what we got dealing here. Anytime you get upset or pissed at the companies, just take a breath and then think about you in that position and how you do business and how you want your clients to look at you. Do you want all of your clients to buy, and do we want all of our clients to start getting the cheapest DJs out there? I don't. There's plenty enough horror stories out there. And with TikTok and with Instagram and with video, everybody's hearing about it. There's a Reddit called Wedding Shaming. Oh my God. Go on there and you're gonna have a time. There's plenty of bad DJs out there. There's plenty of bad gear out there. Okay, let's read through some of your guests here. 7K, 15K, 13K, 15, 7499. I live in Florida. I went on my first Disney cruise last year. You paid 8K. Okay. Ready? No, thanks. We are so snobby that one of our friends went on a carnival, and my kids were all like, oh damn. So I ain't going on no poop cruise. A lot of you guys got it. Have I said this before? Carnival is the Exitana cruise. Agreed. I agree. All right, you ready? I'll pull up the guy that got it first. Right here. Here you go. Bam. Yeah, that was what it cost. All right. It ain't cheap. But it's a great vacation. And I like, that's probably why I like the all-in-ones. I like all-inclusive stuff. I like getting on the boat. I like the fact that the pool's there. I don't gotta drive anywhere. I want a pizza, I go get a pizza. I want some shrimp, I go get some shrimp. I want to go to the Bahamas, I go to the Bahamas. It's all there. And I'll tell you this, we were talking last night. When you go on a cruise, there's less time for your kids to fight because there's always like, if they're fighting, we're going to bingo. Just go do something. It's that downtime that you lose them. Most of you DJs are Porsches and Maseratis. I'm a cheap. Come on, bro. I didn't get the Exitons because they were cheap, and I bought them off another DJ that was selling them desperately cheap due to unfortunate. I only paid. Holy cow! Yeah, $40, $400 for two 15-inch speakers is crazy. I know. Could have bought a car, man. We had fun though. We're cruise people now. That's what we do. But I ain't getting on no goddamn carnival. I'll tell you that. That ain't happening. All right. We talked about Daughte. We talked about the Rane System One. Let's go a couple more minutes here. I want to look at this since we're talking about speakers. Oh, it left. Hold on. Yeah, I want to pull this up. Okay. Somebody put this on Facebook today or yesterday or whatever. Oh, 3 hours ago. Name one speaker brand everybody sleeps on. I'll go first. Yamaha. I thought this was interesting. Because I'm gonna read through the comments and see what you guys have to say. So I want you in the comments to tell me, is there a brand that just doesn't get the love? And in my head, I would say this. Okay, just based on me making content, I'm always reviewing speakers. There's always somebody in the comments that mentions these brands. Ready? Turbo Sound, Yorkville. I don't see Yamaha a lot, but I think those are the two that I see all the time. The Yorkville for sure, especially when it comes to battery speakers. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Yorkville." But I've yet to ever. I did see one. I saw one 2 weeks ago, and it looked like all the other ones. Okay, so I don't know what's so special about it. And then turbo sound is the other one I hear a lot about. Is that the one? Oh, and then DB Technologies. So those three. Okay. I will say this. I did get my ears. I heard the DB Technologies, their column they have with like the 212s in. I wasn't. Really? Yamahas are excellent speakers, but what do they? I have to look and see what they make. I've never got my hands on them. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek at the comments. Oh, speaking of this, I'm gonna have a. I'm gonna get. I'm getting my hands on some Carver. Okay, so I'll let you guys. I'll let you know when the stream window for those get here. I have 2 Stage Pass 1K MTs. Never heard of that. FBT. I've heard of that. That's another Italian spot. RCF and Kerwin Vega. Carvin. I wonder if he meant to say Carvin. Carvin. Okay, Yorkville. There they are. RCF QSC. Alto. That's a budget speaker. FBT again. Definitely Yorkville. Really? This. They used to be highly regarded in the days when people seem to forget about them. Yorkville's okay. So, but these are probably a lot of point source, right? What's the Yorkville line you're referring to? Okay, good question. That's what I want. Thanks, Justin. I've been running Elite Series Yorkville for 15 years, passive tops and active sub. Okay. Yamaha for sure. Yamaha. Hmm. Harbinger. Those are budget speakers. There it is. I heard the Exciton slaps. RCF, Orkville, Yamaha, FBT. Huh. Yorkville. Carvin. PV, man. That takes me back. PV, when I hear the word PV, that takes me back to the 90s. Like, I just see that big horn and that thing and that carpet around it. You know, when I hear PV, I think of is it passive or active? Passive. What's the one where you need an amp? Whichever one that is, I can't remember. But I think of PV when I hear those. I think of like you're in a church and some old lady's on a piano with the microphone. This is a day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. Right? Blaring through that carpeted PV. Yorkvilles are beasts, but tend to be heavier, and you can't, as far as I know, swap out the batteries. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, so that's real. Kerwin Vega is a true sleeper speaker brand. They have DJ speakers that sound great. Huh. Let's take a peek. Serwin. Let me go back to me real quick. Okay. Serwin Vega. Sounds like a character from a Quentin Tarantino movie. Okay, use. Oh my God! Wait, that can't be what you're talking about. KPO DJ has them. Okay. Yeah. All right. What's this? Fit 115. Yeah. See, guys, I'm sorry, but I'll never be tops, and I'll never be a tops person. Tops and bottoms. I'll never be that. Okay, Yorkville, Yamaha, 100% Yamaha. Wow. Yamaha, QSC forever until I went to RCF, never looked back. Turbo Sound, there they are. Alto, Martin Audio, Yamaha, Yorkville, Yamaha. What in the world? Yamaha is the answer. The 315 is the best. Huh. Finally, Bass Boss shows up. Boy, lots of you guys. Yorkville. What do we got in the Yorkville department? What do we got over here at KPO? My boys over at KPO. What do you got? Okay. There's a Mobile 8, 12-inch. Here's a column. What's this one? 12-inch. It looks cheap, guys. That looks cheap to me. Oh, yeah, there's DOS, EAW, DOS. Okay. Turbo Sound LD. Interesting. Let me go to you guys. What are you thinking? Why? Wait, am I late? Yep. We're almost done. I got 2 minutes and I'm out. Passive. Thanks, bro. I once blew up an EV amp for my passive speakers. Oh, God. See, I know. PV used to have it on lock with the Black Widow series. Yeah, man, I remember those. What's up? What's this? Speakers and UK. Look up the Tower of Power from Blast King. What is that? That sounds like, did you make those? Tower of Power? What the fuck? Blast King? Oh, you weren't kidding. What in the hell is a Blast King? I've never heard of this. What is this? How did you hear of these? Oh, God, look at that thing. What is this? This looks like an Exciton, dude. They got the short. This looks exactly like an Exit. Blast King. Don't tell me watts. You guys are all lying about that. Mobile DJs, rich bass, XLR, 1/4 inch in. All right. Blast King. I never heard of these guys. Okay. Passive. Yep. Thank you. CV is Mackey's bastard cousin. Oh, really? Yorkville Elite passive speakers were great 20 years ago. Yeah, we're moved on from that. I don't know. Are you guys, who's out there rocking passive? Who's out there rolling in racks? If you're rolling in an amp rack, bro, it's time to upgrade because you're probably taking 2.5 hours to set up. And everybody, I'm telling you, everybody that works at that venue hates you. When you're rolling in an amp and you're rolling a snake to the back of the room, everybody hates you. When you're wrapping cables at 1 o'clock in the morning. Blast King. Oh, man, I love it. Tower of Power. No, you're not. Still what? Oh, sorry, bro. I just totally came at you there. But what are you doing? Sloppy Joe. Don't live up. Sloppy Joe be rolling in amps. By the way, congrats to Richard Valdez. He won the CB10. Congrats to him. I'll do another giveaway like that. That was fun. So shout out to QSC for being cool, making that happen, and able to give that away. So that's going out to him, and we'll do another giveaway again this year. I promise. That was a lot of fun getting to do that. All right. Too loud. It's too loud. What do we learn? We don't have to be so snobby about pricing. However, just understand what you're getting. I'm curious to see how this summer goes with all these out there floating around. I'll put a link in the description to that Nerf gun. I know this is the biggest hit. We learned that Blast King is a thing. And that Nathan was the Blast King of Chicago. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.